Page 128, Alouette. 4/4 time. Not introducing anything new here. We're using what we have, but they've got some combination of all kinds of things going on here. So let's talk about it. Right hand first. I just want to get the fingering and the notes. The notes shouldn't be a problem by now. You should know these notes automatically. Just looking at the music, you should instantly know what the name of the note is. If you still don't know, please go back and go through the book again, because believe me, the music is going to just continue to get more challenging. At the beginning, we have the thumb on C. We're in this position. So dotted rhythm right off the bat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and then the left hand gets it. And then we have that rhythm again. In the last measure, the first line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's as complicated as it gets for the rhythm in the right hand. The left hand, you got the chords. C chord, the G7 chord. That G in the second measure there in the first line, the last note, that G, that's melody. You got to play that out. However loud you were playing the right hand, that has to come out. And then you get soft again. Second line, second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the right hand gets to do its thing. That's about it for the left hand. So put them together. What do we get? I don't know. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hopefully, I don't really want to play it all for you. I'd like you to go through and figure it out and play it yourself and then check it and then play with me to see if you're correct. But you get it all learned there. I don't like their phrasing, the slurs they've got in here, because they're doing it like each measure. And that, to me, can lead to a choppy feeling. So this is a fairly quick piece. And it's like I would feel more comfortable if we made these slurs go 2 measures a piece. On that, if possible. Now, look at the third line down. In the second measure, there's no slur there. This is another kind of lead in. It leads into, it's not really a melody, it's just kind of connecting the end part and the beginning part, putting them together. It's a connect. And I would connect it. I would, even though there's no slur there, I would still, it's an interpretive thing, I would connect it. The dynamic wise, well, you start out loud. That's the melody. Keep the left hand soft. But that note, my tendency is I want to tell you play that note as loud as you were playing the right hand. So you start out loud. But keep in mind, in the third measure, now the melody's soft. All of a sudden, the left hand has to be really soft. So you're coming from the last note of the second measure is loud to very soft. That takes control. That's not easy to do, but it's important that you be really super soft there, because the melody is soft here and we want to hear it. Then in the second line, second measure, then you're going up to loud. You started soft and then you go back down. Loud, soft, loud. Now, in the third line down, second measure, you can actually play them both loud. But then when you get to the next measure, the left hand has to be soft again. So it takes practice with it. Really, you need to get to know the piece well enough that you're not thinking about notes and rhythms and any of that stuff, and you can start feeling this dynamic. And that's where you do it. And because this is an arrangement, these dynamics are actually just suggestions. They're not absolute. So if you want to change them a little bit after you get to know it, fine. But I recommend you always learn a piece exactly the way it's written first. And then if it's an arrangement, you can rearrange it. And if you want to change that kind of stuff, change it. If you feel it different, feel it different. Now they give you the chord names above each where the chords are, so if there's a guitar player around who wants to play, that's fine. Also in the second line, second measure, there's an NC there. Remember, that stands for no chord. So if there is a guitar player or somebody playing along with you, they're supposed to rest during all that. So they don't play on those two measures, the last two measures of the second line. In fact, they don't play again until the last measure of the third line. So because there's no chord given above it, they need to just relax. Be quiet. Stay out of it. Don't get in the way. And then in the last measure, the third line, when you get the C chord, now they can play again. So you learn it. I don't care how fast you go. It's a fairly happy piece. It's up to you on how happy you feel it. But I'd like to do a play with me with you to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, and we are going to go very slow here. Just checking notes and rhythms is what we want. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2.